Hello, everyone, and welcome to. Are we in hour 14? Is that where we've made it
No,
to?
we're like hour 17.
17. Oh, wow. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to hour 17 of CosmoQuesticon. No, sorry, of Hangoutathon CosmoQuest 2025. Joining me this hour is one of our newest core team members of CosmoQuest, Amy Mlinar. She is also our newest Minecrafter, and I am greatly enjoying this because this was me a few years ago. And I was lucky enough that I had Ms. Brick Kitten, I had Keeper of Maps, I had Paranor, I had Kerbal01, all with me. Although I will admit, my very first night in Minecraft, Keeper of Maps removed Kerbal's head, and that was a bit disturbing. It was a collection thing. Keeper was collecting. Um, but this is this amazing experience to explore other worlds. This is experiential learning at its core, combined with creativity, which is how we learn. And the act of note taking by recreating what you're hearing puts it into your head. Well, when we recreate rockets, this is another way of taking notes and recording our universe. And Amy is currently experiencing all that our community has created and experiencing the Minecraft interface for the first time all at once. Amy, what's your experience been like so far?
Well, okay, I just want to say that like in my defense, I have played a lot of Minecraft before, but on the phone.
On
So
Bedrock. Yeah,
on
you're a
Bedrock
Bedrock
and
player. Welcome to
right.
Java.
And yes, and my boy and I have we've had he's 6. We've had like many adventures you know, getting attacked in the spooky mansion and all kinds of, and killed repeatedly and all kinds of things. But I intentionally was not installing it on my laptop because this is like a work laptop. I don't want to have a game on it. So like literally this morning was the first time that I got the Minecraft Java running on my machine. So like I'm like knowledgeable about Minecraft, but I'm unfortunately just like very bad with the controls. So I like am randomly destroying things, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
I
that's
try
normal.
to like yeah, I try to like touch items or something, and I blow them up, and I get stuck in holes, and like I went earlier to take some like cupcakes out of the oven, and my son had teleported us to Mars, and then we couldn't figure out how to get back because he didn't remember. Well, where did we come into this world? And he was like, yeah, there were these like two things of copper, and it was on this orange rock. And I was like, man, that's like the whole world basically on is like two pieces of. I was like, oh man. So anyway, that took a while, but um, yeah. So this is if you come into the world, you're put down in this very very beautiful visitor center, welcome center, and from here you can teleport to various different worlds that people have been working on for a while. So and you can also poke around here. There's a very very beautiful observatory. We'll go in there, and then there's also back around here is the space shuttle. Very
Is there
cool.
still a golem over there?
I don't know. Let's see.
There was a security
Out.
guard in that shack before that was just deeply amusing. I was a
Aha.
fan of the security guard.
Mm, I don't know. So yeah, so the rocket park is really lovely. We can take a look around there before we head out to explore the solar system. There are various rockets from various different countries represented here. There's like, if I'm remembering correctly, there's like one area per country, which is
Yeah.
very cool. Hold on, I'm going the wrong direction. Am I going the wrong direction? Where are the rest of the rockets? Oh,
Oh, you haven't gone to the rocket part area. These are our OG rockets
okay.
that are part of the visitor center. This isn't the rocket park. This is the museum
Okay.
district.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. What's down here? Lunar land. Is that
That's the
lunar lander?
VAB. That's the
Yeah, this is the
VAB.
VAB.
And yeah,
This is
that's I
extremely
think Bear
cool.
Sheet.
Yeah, I'm like, where's the rest of the VAB? Like, it's a lot bigger than that. Yeah. So yeah, hardcore space nerds will recognize this building um, at the VAB as the VAB, the Vehicle Assembly Building from Kennedy Space Center. You know, remarkably to scale with the correct NASA logo and
Yeah.
everything. And then let's see, we can head down here into the mist. Where are the rockets, Pamela? I got
So if
lost.
you go back to the visitor center,
Okay.
there's the very cartoony rocket that has a blue kiosk beside it, and that will teleport
Uh-huh.
you out to the rocket park.
Oh, I have to teleport there.
Yeah,
Okay. See,
yeah.
I
So
didn't.
that red and white, happy cartoony rocket. Next to
Interesting.
it is a
Yeah.
blue box,
Roger that.
and a lot of the blue boxes that you see around here are in memorial to Paranor, who um, came up with the idea to do our solar system build and got CosmoQuest using Minecraft for science. He unfortunately passed away before we could construct this. So he always said he was a madman missing his blue box, and we have built
Is
those
this the
blue
right place?
boxes for
Did you
him.
go here?
Yeah, the okay, wait, that says go to Mars Craft. Is
Mars.
there another blue box behind you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
On the diagonal, if we are misplaced, can you
We're good. I think here, right here.
it's the other
The
blue. Yes.
2021 rocket. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay. There we go. Oh. Ah. Okay.
You got this.
Go up. Okay. Anyway, so this is very lovely. There we go. There are the rockets.
Yeah.
Um,
And yesterday
so
they built the mobile platform on the left that I believe
this
is for
thing, yeah.
SLS. Yeah,
Yes.
that amazing platform on the left, that was just constructed yesterday.
That's really cool. Yeah, I'm not sure I remember seeing that when we were here yesterday. It's very cool. Um, so yeah, we have all kinds of cool, interesting rockets, American, and
So
then
that's Artemis, New Glenn, SLS, and then off in the distance you see the Apollo rockets.
yeah. I wanted to check out the space shuttle in more detail because yesterday we didn't really get to take a look at it, which is of course, you know, the weirdest possible vehicle, space vehicle known to man. Doesn't make any sense in any
I,
universe.
some of the rockets that have like a whole bunch of the side rockets that they
Yeah,
call strap-on rockets. You start adding enough SRBs asymmetrically, and they look even weirder.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm like, I was really struck by seeing the shuttle up close,
Yeah.
in Washington D.C. and just being like, really, like that's what you guys came up with, you know. There's all these funky angles, you know, like they made it from gluing shoeboxes together or something. It's really like it's really an ugly duck. Okay, now I've really done it because I
No,
don't know
you're
how to go
good.
back
You're
on
good.
this.
So when we took my team down to the Osiris Rex launch, the team of students I was working with at the time, it was a lot of graduate students. So we had uh, three American computer scientists, a Moldovan computer science grad student, a Ukrainian business manager. She was a occupational psychology major, and she was helping us do research on how we were affecting the way people think by engaging them in science.
Mm.
Um, we had a project manager who was from Nigeria, and this international team were at Kennedy, we go to the space shuttle experience, and I look around, and no matter where in the world, where on the planet somebody is from, they were all reacting the exact same way because humanity did this.
Yeah.
Humanity went to space. And when you're watching the space shuttle experience at Kennedy, it goes to a picture of the space shuttle and then fades away to the shuttle behind as it pulls the screens back.
Very
And
cool.
you're suddenly seeing it, and it gets you. And yeah, it's weird, and it looks like a
Not really.
diorama built out of shoeboxes by fourth graders at a certain
Yeah.
level. But humans went to space in that.
Well, yeah, I know, and that's, I mean, it's funny like how much NASA really, I think, they really made an effort like with people of our generation, to get this idea in our minds that like space was accessible to
Yeah.
everybody and that it was like perfectly realistic for, any random kid like living really anywhere in the world to think that they might someday ride on the space shuttle.
Yeah.
And I think that that was like a great way to get a lot of kids into science. I mean, obviously, like that's like what Space Camp is all about, and
It's still all
um,
about, actually.
still all
That's the
about
weird
that.
thing. It's still the space shuttle
There's
at
no
space
shuttle.
camp.
It's still about telling kids they can go on the shuttle. Yeah. So what are these? What are these over here? What
So
is that?
that is that an I'm trying to remember the name of that, and I'm failing. It is the Russian answer to the Saturn V. It had over
Energy is energy,
30.
right?
I want to say it
Energia.
was the Inertia, but I'm not entirely sure I have that right. It had over 30 engines. They tried to launch it 3 times.
Yes.
It blew up tremendously each
Yes.
time. It
Yes.
turned out we didn't have the technology to control that many rockets until
Yeah.
very recently.
Yeah.
The red, white, and blue rocket, which is just like an architectural dream, that is, I think, the Long March 2. I could
Mm.
have the wrong number on it. It's one of the Chinese long marches. It's their workhorse rocket.
Yes.
Behind it is a very misplaced Falcon 9. Um, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
Nice.
this is the Soyuz
Cool.
area of the rocket park and the
All
Long
right.
March area that was derivative technology that took the Russian technology, built it, expanded on it, and is now using it to do far more than the Russians are right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, this is very lovely over here. I don't think we got to go in. Can we go inside this
Yeah,
building?
totally.
Because like we didn't get to go in here last time. How do I get in? I have to get under the trellis or what?
Yeah, so you need to
Yeah.
land.
Wait,
So
stop.
it's either spacebar or shift to land. My fingers know how to do things, my brain
No, it's
doesn't.
shift. It's okay. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. I'm on the ground,
Okay.
which of course means that I'm gonna break stuff. Okay. As long as I don't try to touch any buttons or
Yeah,
anything,
don't
I'll be
press any
okay.
buttons on your mouse. I'm not quite sure why we're holding somebody hostage over there. There's a zombie being held hostage.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
What does
I
it say?
bet that is the greeter. I bet that's the information desk.
Guest services.
Yeah, that's the information desk. Okay.
Okay.
Warm room.
Okay. There's a TARDIS,
Yeah. In memory,
obviously.
Tim.
Transport to the Welcome Center.
Yep.
Go to the barge.
Oh, I
All
didn't know
right.
we had a SpaceX barge. That's cool.
Yeah. Let's see what's in here. Very lovely.
Oh, it's the planetarium. It's open to the
Ah, okay.
sky.
Nice.
They built the catwalk. This is an observatory, not a planetarium.
Ah, aha.
One of my most embarrassing moments in graduate school of being caught in my embarrassing moment was I worked at McDonald Observatory, and they were building the Hobby Eberly telescope out there, which was at the time the world's largest telescope. And I wanted to get up on the catwalk to take some photos of it, and I asked permission. And they're like, sure, go ahead. And so I go out, I'm in the dome, I'm entirely by myself. I get about 4 feet off the ground on this ladder, and my brain's like, you're gonna die. Brains do that sometimes. And like I could suddenly feel my feet sweating in my
Oh
Tevas.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm spontaneously going to lose all grip. I'm going to fall out of my shoes. I'm going to plummet. I'm 4 feet off the ground and I'm incapable of moving. I don't know
Yeah.
how long I just vapor locked and like remained fixated to that particular set of rungs, trying to get to the catwalk. And I suddenly hear laughing behind me, and I look over my shoulder, convinced I'm going to die by changing my center of mass. And there's the astronomer I'd gotten permission from, and he's just shaking his head, heading back into the control room, and I came back down. I did not make it up that ladder until a few years later. I had an undergraduate group that I was taking on a tour, and one of the students who was high at the time did not listen when I said, do not go up that ladder to the catwalk. And suddenly I'm chasing a student up the ladder that terrified me because losing the student up the ladder terrified me more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is my personal catwalk embarrassment. Yes.
Yes. Okay, now I'm embarrassed because I don't know how to get out of here. I went back and
So if
I'm
you go
stuck.
back to the ground and you go back to the front, we can teleport back to the visitor center. And then let's go over to Mars and explore what's over on Mars.
So if I go back here, right, inside
Yeah.
here there was a thing,
Yeah. So
right?
just go
Okay.
inside and there's some teleport buttons inside. I'm embarrassed to admit, I haven't asked, have you spent time out at any observatories?
Uh, not like to do science.
Okay. That's
Like
okay.
ah,
Oh, this did not actually take you anywhere useful. Oh,
oh,
those programmed blocks haven't been redone. Um,
well, that's okay. We're on Mars. Like I'm well acquainted with Mars because I got lost here earlier today.
all right.
Uh, for
I
like,
think if you go to 00, I don't remember
yeah,
the command to turn on your controls.
hold on. I do know how to. Okay, well, I'm
There we
not
go.
that far away from it, so I'm
Okay.
sorry. Everybody gets to read this lovely like gobbledygook while I try to figure out. This is how I got back. So my son and I walked like to the edge of the universe, like in this thing, because I was foolish and like anyway. So then we finally got back to the base at 00, which is really lovely.
Yeah.
So give me just a moment. We'll get there.
It's fine. And I love finding glitches where like there's water on the surface of Mars after we merged all the servers together that we still haven't eradicated. And
Yeah.
we accidentally cut the space station in half. Um,
Whoops.
all of these things shall be fixed later.
Yeah, actually, oh, there we are. Yeah, so actually, I do have a good observatory story, which
Uh-huh.
like is somewhat similar to yours. So I was at the um, DPS, like what is it, American Astronomical Society Division for Planetary Science meeting in Puerto Rico.
One moment, interrupting you.
Um,
Thank you, Astro Wise, for your donation. Thank you so very much. Okay, sorry, continue.
okay,
You
so
were at
now
a
it's okay. I'm
DPS
like,
meeting.
hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to get down here. So I was at this meeting, and one of my colleagues, longtime colleagues, who was like one of my thesis advisor's friends from grad school, came up to me and he's just like randomly was like, "Oh, it's like, do you want to go to Arecibo tomorrow?"
Yes.
And I was like, "Yeah." And so it was me and him and Janet Vertesi, who's a sociologist who studies the social dynamics of spacecraft
That's
teams,
cool. That's
who's a
very
very,
cool.
very, very interesting person. And I didn't know her at all at that time. And we got to Arecibo. We're like looking around, and I'm, feeling very like, excited to be there because of the history of the place and because it's like, it was just a really stunning thing to see, like
Yeah.
in the flesh. I mean, it was really incredible, like achievement of humanity and, but and of science. It was really amazing. But yeah, there was a cable car that went from the control building out to the center, right? So it was like this big radio dish, and then in the center there was this kind of like complex that was like hanging off of like I guess I don't know wires or something suspended in the middle where all of the detectors were.
Hmm.
But it's like a little mini like it's hard even to really describe. Like that's what crashed down into the
Yeah,
center of the
yeah.
dish, which caused it to be turned that caused the observatory to be
Yeah, the horns in the
closed
center.
permanently. But yeah, at this time it was still operational. And so there was a cable car that went out there, and like nobody said, oh gosh, like, do you guys want to take the cable car? They just said, like, oh, here, step out onto this white thing. I hope you're not afraid of heights. And then slammed the gate on the cable car cab shut and just slammed it into, like, forward full speed ahead. And Janet Vertesi and I, who did not know each other and had never met, clung to each other for dear life, like this was the end of our lives. Like, I mean, it was really, really funny. And we're like, because all of a sudden, there's no like gradual change. You just have stepped out over the edge of this natural bowl and are suspended, 400 feet in the air over this massive radio dish. I mean, it was like, I'll never forget it. It was truly incredible. It was an amazing experience. I feel really lucky to have been able to be there at the time that it was still running. I didn't, if I had known that was going to happen, it was going to collapse in a storm, I definitely would have gone back. Anyway, so this is a super, super cool Mars base. And my son and I only got partially through exploring this. So I live in Europe, where it's like a school night and getting late. Okay, you can't be here, buddy. Sorry. So we kind of looked around at the rocket a little bit. What is this rocket? Is this a real rocket, or is this like an art conception of?
So the original idea was that rocket was the original rocket that carried humans to Mars. This is the spawn point in this world in Minecraft terms. And so it wasn't based specifically on anything other than the idea that when we go to Mars, we're going to need something that can do that aft landing and take back off once refueled. And so it is inspired by Starship, but it isn't Starship.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the rocket from The Martian.
Yeah, that was where a lot of the inspiration came from.
Okay, cool. Which, by the way, if anybody is on this call and hasn't seen that movie, you should immediately go watch that movie, because it's really, really good.
It's true. It's very, very true.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to try not to break the button when I open the door. Run inside. Okay.
Yeah. You have to. So we actually have, for a lot of these.
What? I'm sorry. Okay.
You're good. You're completely good. So this is the geology lab.
Excellent.
There's actually a really cool folding table. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this folding table. There's a table with a lever on it that is a folding table, and the fact that someone built this in Minecraft just brings me no end of joy. I don't remember where. It's the other side. So to your right. Oh, we rotated. So walk around this L-shaped table, and on the other side, that gray box, that's actually a folding table. There's a lever on the front side of it.
This?
Yeah, so if you touch that lever.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that awesome? I don't know why I'm so easily excited, but I love the folding table.
It's really nice. It's really nice. That's okay. Sorry, other small child is here now. She also, by the way, she's also really good at Minecraft, and like she is 3.5, and she progressed very quickly from like it was like playing Minecraft with Stevie Nicks.
Yeah,
it was like everything was like candles and like cake, whatever. But then very quickly she progressed into just basically beating me up. And one day we got in some like a survival world, and she's like, "I kill you!" and starts running at me with like weapons, and I was like, "Oh no, that's it." Okay, you got to go out.
So CosmoQuest has a survival world, Kidditopia. Our science build is a creative mode, but we also have our survival world, Kidditopia. And it is survival to make the game more interesting, to have more challenges. We do have it set so that when you die, you don't lose your belongings. That was a Christmas gift from the server admins in 2021 that really improved the quality of life for all of us. I no longer fear lava quite as much as I used to. I did lose an entire netherite outfit, however, to lava. Yeah.
You'll notice that in my inventory here, there's a bunch of like netherite gear and diamond, pickaxe, diamond axe,
So this
everything.
is just a storage
My
closet
son
you found.
immediately, as a self-preservation mechanism, every time he comes into Minecraft, he equips himself with, weapons and armor.
One of my favorite moments was we put when Paranor died, we put Kittytopia into creative mode for 24 hours, 48 hours, just to give everyone space to put down flowers, to put a rock down in memorial in front of his house in Minecraft. And one of the younglings on the server gathered an entire chest of netherite and hid it under a bed, which was the most teenager thing I have ever seen, and it occurred in Minecraft. It was deeply amusing.
Yeah. So we have some beds.
Yeah.
And this is really nice, this little lab. I'm gonna see if I can get out of here without breaking something.
I understand the pain. So I'm left-handed and have all of my mice switched, and when I get a new computer that hasn't yet had the left-right button switched, the first thing I do is destroy everything I try to touch. I feel your pain.
Okay. Run. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the
biological testing facility. They were trying to figure out what plants would grow safely on Mars.
It's really, really nice. This is really lovely. We were in here before, so I undoubtedly did some damage and
The doors are hard.
Okay.
There you go.
There. Yeah, this is really nice. And it's a cool touch that to have the glass ceiling and you can see the rocket. I mean, that's really fabulous. It's really nice. And the sun and everything is great.
Did you make it into the domes on the other side of the hills?
No, I didn't get that far.
Okay.
We'll go there next. We'll take a little loop around the lab. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, you can see they're not all plants thrive on Mars. There's a few dead specimens in the greenhouse, but I mean, the best of us kill plants.
This is my handiwork here.
I'll go back and fix it later. You're good.
Okay. Run! Let's see.
And what I love is there's so much random stuff hidden in the hills. Like there's a random, I want to say, I think it's a doner kebab stand in one of the hills. There's a hotel tucked into one of the hills. People built things that brought them joy.
Yeah.
And it's just all lovely.
It's really nice. Lab.
Yep.
I can't remember if we went in here. Let's try. See if we can get in the door. Oh, there. Ah!
Are you trapped in the airlock? There you go.
I am. So part of the reason why I'm screaming is because I'm playing this on a Microsoft Surface, which is like, it's like it's basically like a tablet, but then it has this external touch like keyboard with a touchpad, which like I have to say it's really, I mean, I'm a diehard Mac fan, but like this is one of the best computers I've ever owned. It's really fabulous. I 100% recommend these, and I'm not just saying that to be nice to Microsoft. It is really, really cool. And unfortunately though, it's like there's no right click, right?
Right.
So I was like, I had to look up like, how do you right click on a touchpad? I was like, man, I'm turning into my mother. I can't believe it. Like, I really don't know, and then of course I did the Macintosh thing of trying to right click by hitting control click, which not.
No.
it's not. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, so hold on. Where do you want to go next?
So you can either follow the path through the mountain or fly over the top of the mountain. Let's get to the other side where the domes are.
Hold on a sec. I'm sorry, my 3-year-old is like, she has her own opinion about where we should go. I didn't hear you. So
either follow the path and go through the mountain or fly over the mountain to the side with the domes on it.
Okay, to the right,
Yeah, to the right.
Okay, got you. All right. I think my boy went through this. He went through this tunnel.
Yeah, so up and over is also an answer, and I love the transmission dish that's been built up there. It's just really well done.
That's really cool. Okay.
There's an ocean over there, and I don't see our domes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Something has occurred. All right, so we may have had a world glitch where we need to reinstantiate the domes and remove the ocean. All right. All right.
Well, should we move on to the next area?
Let's go out to the solar system.
Yeah. Okay, let me.
In the rocket ship.
My 3-year-old would like us to go in the rocket ship. We can't go inside the rocket ship, baby.
I think you actually can.
Oh dear. Okay, we'll go in the rocket ship later.
You don't need to go into it.
Okay. Okay. So now we're back. So now this I remember because I broke this.
And somebody fixed it.
Yes.
It was the other person.
Yeah, somebody else fixed it. So this is really nice. This is in the sun, and we can stroll around here in the sun. This is very cool. And then there are buttons here that will take you to all of the different planets, which of course, you realize that this is like, this really hit me because this is basically how the solar system looks in my head. Right? Like it's all a bunch of cubical elements made of different materials, and you can get to each one by pushing a button.
Yeah.
So this definitely is as a planetary science person, this really speaks to me scientifically. Here, okay, guys. Let's go to we're gonna go to Jupiter first.
That works.
There we go. So this is truly
the artistry of this is mind blowing.
It's incredible. Hold on.
A lot of this was done by Pixel Riffs. Those of you who are on YouTube, he's part of the Hermitcraft community. Pixel Riffs and Joe Hills were both helping us with this build, as was the Hot Dish.
Yeah, I'm trying to back up so that we can see Jupiter in all of its majesty, but again, I'm so bad with the controls that I can't quite figure it out.
Right.
But yeah, I went off on a very long science dork tangent when we were here the last time because I freaked out completely, because I wrote a research model that was structured this way, making a sphere out of an enormous number of cubes, and I saw this and I completely lost my mind because it was like a 3D visualization of something that I had in my mind that I worked on for 2 years, or no, more than that, 5 years maybe. I built it from scratch and then used it for a bunch of different things. And I saw this, I just completely lost it.
So Astro Wise put into the chat, science dork tangents are the best kinds of tangents. And I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Mommy, I want to go on the planet.
Mythtown's pointing out that Pixel Riffs, who's the one who painted Jupiter with blocks, is the voice of Hermitcraft Weekly Recap. So that's who helped us. And you can actually go inside Jupiter.
Yes.
And see its core, and there is a metallic hydrogen core to Jupiter,
Yeah.
and they got the different layers, and it is wonderful.
I am, however, for some reason stuck here.
You're just
No,
not
no.
lined up at the door quite right. It's remarkably hard when you're still learning to be able to fly around.
There. There we go. Yeah, this is like very cool. I'm really smiling. Like my undergrad advisor, Dave Stevenson, is one of the few people who's really obsessed with the core of Jupiter in a way that other people are not.
Yeah.
And he would really love this.
There was a research paper a few years ago that they got the word fluffy into the press release for it, which just brings me no end of joy. And
Yeah.
it was a research paper where they found that the core of Jupiter was lower density and more spread out than a straight out formation model of a planet could explain. But if you hit Jupiter really hard and injected sufficient energy through a collision, you could puff out its core and make a fluffy core.
Yeah.
And yeah, sorry, I just subjected you to things you already know because they excite me so
No,
much.
no, no, it's okay. I'm always happy to talk about the core of Jupiter. There's always time for the core of Jupiter. It's really cool. Yeah, I mean, this is really a thing of beauty. It's really amazing. This is really amazing. I love it. Do you guys have the burnt remains of the Galileo spacecraft inside here?
Oh no, we don't. We
Uh,
should though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. I do
Yeah.
have a dog, however.
I as somebody who has been research active during the demise of two spacecraft sent into the fiery inferno of a giant planet interior, I have to say it's really depressing when they do that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, it's like, goodbye, old friend. And, it's,
Right.
this is like, there goes the trusty spacecraft that you've, depended on, and it's been, giving you life and images and data and everything, and then it dies in a fireball. It's really sad.
Yeah. And this is
Well-
where I really love all the folks out there who've figured out how to use all of NASA's APIs, because Juno was slated to be shut down October 1, and no one knew if it was going to happen or not, and the government went into shutdown. And like, I had people asking me, is Juno okay? Do you know? And I dropped an email to a colleague that works on Juno, and there's silence.
Oh,
And so part of me was like dying on the inside, and then someone caught data of Juno sending back telemetry, and it was like, yes, Juno's pinging us. And yeah, thank goodness
that's
for
really-
APIs.
it's really scary to think about that. Like, I'm a member of two instrument teams on the Europa Clipper,
Hmm.
and which is of course in cruise right now, and so the team is not, we're not really doing all that much, and we're just hoping that there's like going to be some kind of stable situation when the spacecraft actually gets there.
Yeah.
So I brought us to Io because I thought that the campfires on Io were a really nice touch.
It's wonderful.
It's really great, and I wanted to go to Europa because I thought that the inside of Europa is really something that everybody needs to see. Can't remember here where. Yeah. How do I get in?
I think through the bottom, maybe?
That's. No, but you can see it's giving it away already. First of all, there's water coming out of the bottom of Europa, which, by the way, I have to say that's a nice touch. But also you can see. Oh no, I'm just going down into nothing.
You're lost. It's okay.
You can also see the legs of squid sticking out of the side of Europa. So that gives you an idea of what's happening inside, which I can't get in. So
Oh, so there was for a while a NASA illustration that you could find on the NASA website about Europa that showed a probe under the ice, and there were jellyfish and sea cucumbers and a lot of the kinds of life that you expect to see around deep sea vents, the dark smokers. And the fact that NASA had an illustration of Europa with the concept of there being life on Europa was just one of those things that has made me hope that it's in our lifetimes that we'll figure out how to get under the ice. And I don't think it will be during... Oh, it's alien.
It's great. This is really cool. I like it. It's really great. Here we go. There we go. We made it inside. Now I'm probably gonna die inside here because I can't get out. But anyway, it's worth it. It's worth it. Here are the squid.
And they each are named It's Aliens, and I love it.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, I made it out. Okay. Oh goodness. What's happening? Am I alive?
Yeah, you're alive. You're in creative mode, so you're not going to die from lack of oxygen.
Okay. Yeah, but where did I go?
Oh. There you are.
I fell down. Okay, there we go. All right. I think we have just a few more minutes left.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to Neptune because we didn't go to Neptune the last time I was in here.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get there. Do you guys have Triton?
We should.
Okay. Yeah.
And
by the way, my hat's off to you for having Pluto, because Pluto obviously is a planet.
well, we also have, I think there's Haumea out there. There's a bunch of the dwarf worlds out there. And Pluto's planet classic to us. Although Ceres is my favorite former planet. I am
Ceres,
definitely Team Ceres.
Yeah, Neptune is lovely. Triton is a question mark. I'm not sure Triton is there.
Oh,
well, that's okay. Give us money and I'll make Triton. Complete with the active hydrocarbon venting and
that would be so cool.
All of the other cool things that are happening on Triton. I also threatened in the chat the last time that we were all here that if you guys funded us, I would make the TRAPPIST-1 system.
That needs to happen.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I have a dog that has decided now is the time for cuddles.
Well, of course it is. Of course it is. All right. Is there anything else that we missed that we should go through? I mean, this is really, we can go to Pluto. That would be really nice. Oh, so we have we have Quoar. That's really nice. And Eris. Well, let's see what this is like. Is there anything?
There it is.
Aha! It's dark. Well, we're in the Kuiper Belt, so
yeah.
Of course it's dark. That's nice. For some reason, I'm hurtling toward Quoar with a terracotta brick. I have no idea why. Okay. Yeah, it's lovely. It's really lovely.
The creativity of our community is really amazing.
Planetary science is like a really funny field to be in, because basically you spend all of your time studying these places like that you really aren't, you're never going to see it with your own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You probably are not even going to get to close the loop on the scientific method, because you propose a theory and then you may or may not even be alive when the spacecraft gets there to test your theory later on.
Yeah.
And
you and I aren't that different in age, and I know I'm starting to hit the point that when planetary missions launch, I have to do the how old will I be?
Oh,
I actually get to report on the science when it happens.
Yeah, I remember in one of the early, like, it was one of the meetings where it was before Europa Clipper was like a thing.
Yeah.
And there were a bunch of studies that were done for they studied like 4 different missions. It was like um I'm gonna hold on, I'm gonna turn my video back on. It was like it was like an Enceladus mission, a Europa mission, like maybe a Ganymede mission, and then there was a fourth one as well. I can't remember.
It
Maybe it was
was
like,
a outer planets mission. I'm trying to remember if it was Triton or something else, but yeah, it was an outer planets.
yeah, and so they were like, and they, this was like a really big deal, and so like all of the planetary people, all basically got like, it was like in middle school, we all got like picked onto teams for this, like, sort of like against our will. And one of my friends ended up on the Europa team, and he actually put up on the screen like an actuarial table from an insurance company of like, what's the probability that all of us are going to be alive in like 2065 or something, like,
Yeah.
based on, yeah, I mean, it was brutal. And
Mhm.
like, because at that time, there was like, this is like, I mean, almost 20 years ago when the study was done, maybe, yeah, it was like, yeah, like maybe 20 years ago. And it was like, there was like no heavy launch vehicle, and no chance of something, being made. And it was like, it was sort of like these mission studies were almost like a fantasy.
Yeah.
And they were just like, well, like, yeah, we'll like launch in 2060, or or I don't know, like 2025, and then the cruise phase would last for 15 years. And and all of us who were like postdocs at that time are like looking around like how long are we gonna live? Like, has
Right.
anyone calculated? Like, it was really bad. It was really bad. The cruise times to the outer solar system will get you every time.
Yeah, and this is where you really have to have a combination of build something super tiny, launch it on a super big rocket,
Yeah.
and then have a combination of ion drive and propellant drive.
Yeah.
And then once you get out there, the question is, how do you hang that left to put yourself in orbit with and do it all in a human lifetime?
Yeah.
Oh, conservation of momentum.
I broke the
Okay.
door. Sorry.
It's okay.
Anyway, well, books.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, this is very lovely.
Thank you for joining us.
All of this is lovely. I'm a big fan. My kids are obviously big fans. You can see they keep jumping on the call, even though I asked them not to be on it. They can't help themselves.
No.
Mom.
But that's okay. Yeah, so I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to think. We've seen, I think, more than I saw when I was in here before. But I don't know. I do want to say one thing is, as a sort of part-time itinerant teacher, I did think about using Minecraft in the classroom.
Yeah.
And I have to say that most of the Minecraft for education things that are available, like on Microsoft, like, they're really pretty dry.
Yeah.
Like NASA has one for James Webb, and it's like, you can't really like do anything. You can like go in and you can see like a scale model of the telescope, and it's kind of interesting, but I don't know. I find this to be a lot richer than the average Minecraft for education.
And this is
very
where
refreshing.
it's the difference between textbook learning and experiential learning, where in the one you go in and you walk around like a museum. Here you fly around, you touch things, you insert yourself into it, you find the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And it's just a different experience. And we're always happy to help people. One of the things that I want to do is one of our colleagues, Jamie Milaro, built for Burning Man a display. It was a big cube made out of 2x4s, And then she had lights hanging in it so that if you were standing in one place and you were the right height, you saw the Big Dipper. But then as you walked around, you got to see how the three-dimensional structure of where the stars actually are change how the constellation appears from different places.
Yeah.
And I'd love to do something like that using blocks that glow in Minecraft. And these are all things that we want to do over time.
Yeah.
Now, in
There's-
our next, go ahead.
Yeah, there's so many things that could be done. It's just this is really lovely. I also think that the the involvement of planetary scientists with this, and also like all of the volunteers for CosmoQuest who are doing this out of love, I think also make it really special. It's like this isn't something that was commissioned by by a company, whatever. I think it's it's really nice to see a group of people get together and do something fun and creative. So,
and apparently in the rocket park, they've now added a crew access arm to the mobile platform for Artemis.
Nice.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Cool.
All right, so we're gonna let you bring your kids into Minecraft and escape being on camera. We're going to take a break here, and then I will be back talking about some of our virtual plans. We have had the CosmoQuest curse take a few people out, so it's going to be just me for the next 2 sessions, and that is fine. And then we're going to be joined by Sarah Milkovich. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about the data sets that make VR exploration of space possible. So stay tuned. It's been great hanging out with all of you, and we're going to continue hanging out with all of you. I just need to take a break, and so we're going to run those rockets and share the names of those of you who have supported us before December 1st at the $5 level or higher in Patreon. Thank you all so very much.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. Bye.